Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing another book. This is a book of a series that I actually ended up getting for free from this website called bookbub.com. I'm going to put the link in the description below at the end. It's a really cool website. Basically, you sign up and then you get like major discounts on all these books based off of like your certain tastes. So I like kind of like a mystery, murder kind of stuff. Sometimes I'm a hopeless romantic. So books that I got are mostly murder kind of stuff. And you can download them onto your Kindle or onto your Nook, whichever one you prefer. So bookbub.com, they're really, really cool. So the book that I ended up getting was called Murder on Potrero Hill by M.L. Hamilton. The book was basically about a couple who were living together in, I believe it was either California or somewhere else. I can't remember. It was a long time ago that I read this. So, husband and wife are living together. Wife works in a cafe. Husband is an accountant. Husband comes home one day and he finds his wife dead in the bathroom. So he calls the police and the police come. The first thing that he did wrong was touch her body, and now his fingerprints are on her body and he moves stuff around, which is number two thing that he did wrong. So when the police are like searching the house and everything to figure out who the killer was, how the killer broke in kind of thing, his fingerprints are now all over the place. So as the cops are figuring out, who did the murder, why is this girl dead, what is the motive behind all this, one of the cops actually had a dad who worked in the police force. Unfortunately, her dad died, and so she's trying to like live up to her dad's expectations and everything, and she's always following along with her dad's advice. And whenever there was a murder that involved a husband and a wife with the wife dead, her dad always said that it's almost always the husband that's the murderer. And that kind of made me mad because it's that word almost. And in this case, it wasn't the husband that did it. The husband did not kill her. And it's blatantly obvious as it jumps from different point of views, because it goes to the cop's point of view, to the husband's point of view. So these cops are basically harassing the husband. They made him get fired from the job that he had, so that way he would have to come to the cops at some point. They froze all of his accounts, so he had no access to money. They essentially made this guy go on the run because he told everything that he knew to the cops, but the cops were like, I don't believe you, you murdered her, and they were trying to prove that, but they couldn't because there was no evidence against him. They were literally fishing for crap to put against the husband, and that kind of what made me mad about the book. So the husband ended up going on a chase with the police officers. He couldn't use his phone very often because of how cell towers worked. So with this guy, he couldn't use his phone very often because he knew, crap, if I use my phone right here, the police are gonna be able to find me. And he had no way of being able to find stuff to prove that he wasn't it, to do like his own investigation kind of thing. And he just got very frustrated, and it ended up being kind of like a murder-suicide kind of thing. So what ended up happening was, a long time ago, the wife used to date like a super rich jerk that her parents loved. And so they were like, oh my God, you gotta marry him, you gotta have kids with him. And she was like, no, don't feel like it. And so the ex-boyfriend ends up living across the street from the parents, which was really weird. Anyways, the wife goes over to her parents' house one night and the ex-boyfriend is there, and the ex-boyfriend's like, hey, let's get to talking. And so the wife was like, oh sure, thinking that they're on good terms and they're, pals and everything. No, he ends up raping her and she's pregnant. But the husband doesn't know about it because, she decided not to tell him, which I think was wrong because then there could have been an assault charge against the ex-boyfriend, but that's just me. She ends up taking these pills that her dad had to take. They're blood thinning pills because of the stroke that he had earlier. She ends up overdosing on these pills because she was like, I cannot take this anymore. She couldn't take the amount of guilt that she had on herself and the amount of pressure that she had on herself. So, and it was not her fault. I think it was because of like the ex-boyfriend and her mom, because her mom knew about the rape but didn't say anything. And the ex-boyfriend was like, well, obviously I'm not going to tell anybody because I'm the one in the wrong here. So it was I think it was like a murder-suicide thing. So the police eventually found out that it wasn't the husband, thank God, because I got so annoyed by it. So annoying. So while reading the book, it seems like a very short book, and it kind of was, but there's a lot more details in there that I'm totally forgetting. Like I said, I've read the book a long time ago, and I'm basing the review just off of my memory. So one of the other things that kind of made me mad was that the police officers only found evidence that was like the skim of the surface kind of thing. And it bugged me because instead of trying to find new evidence, they're trying to dig even deeper into the old evidence. And after a while, that old evidence becomes, it doesn't matter after a while, because somebody's gonna find a counter argument, and then you have to find another argument with new evidence in order to go against the counter argument, but that's not what the police officers were doing. Now, if it was in the point of view of just the cops, I believe I would have been in favor of the cops instead of in favor of the husband. But since it was in both points of views, you could see how wrong both people were. Yes, the husband kept some stuff from the police officers, but the police officers had the ability to look more stuff up, just like the husband did. And he tried to bring light of that evidence to the police officers, and they're like, no, we're not gonna have it because we have all the evidence dependent on you. To which they didn't. So overall, I would rate this book a 4 because of how angry it made me. At certain points, I was reading it on my phone and I wanted to throw my phone across the room. It made me so mad, and I was just like, I can't take being mad at a book that much. If it makes me so anxious to the point where I want to reach into the book and punch the characters in the face, it's gonna go down like a rating or 2. Overall, I thought the book, it was a really good book. It was very well written. I give a major shout out to M.L. Hamilton. So if you want to check out some other books by M.L. Hamilton, it's usually along the lines of Murder on Potrero Hill. So if you look that up, you'll find some other stuff that M.L. Hamilton has written. So that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any suggestions on any books or movies, TV shows, stuff like that I can do, comment down below, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.